What's going on, guys? I'm going to be showing you guys how to make 3D thumbnails and renders for Fortnite. So first off, you want to just grab a character skin from like one of the Google Drives that I have linked in the description, like this, and you want to download it. So I already have one downloaded, so alright. So I just have like a bunch of things for models. So right now I'm just going to use Module Master USA, and then you got this in here. And if you want to add a weapon, it will also be in one of these things right here. You have to go to Fortnite files and then weapon models, and then download one from here. So once you have that, you're going to go to a file, append, and then I also have a folder, right, weapon models, and I'll just use a scar and choose it as an object. And then you want to copy these two down here for the scar, and then append it, and then here, and then if you can't see it, Shift B, start zooming in, and then it's down here, and then you want to use a scale, and then just start scaling it up to proportion. So I'd say a little bit smaller than this, and then I'll just move it around, you know. I'll say this is good, and okay, so then let's just like move it around a little bit. So let's just say that we want the scar to be in like this position, you know. So you want to click on it, and then make sure for the scar, since it's you're pinning it, it's on object mode. But then once you have your scar in a good place for you to start, you can go ahead and go here, click on these, the bones, click on those, and then pose mode. It'd probably be up here for you guys, but it's right there for me. And then what you want to do is click on a bone once you're on pose mode, and you can just start rotating it and stuff like that, and make sure that you can, whenever you see the black lines, when you click on that, that's like the stuff that will get moved. You see how it's like talking about like how this will move, all this black lines, you can see it moving, and that control that. So I'm just gonna make a little design, and I'll be back once I got it. Okay, so don't worry about this camera real quick. I accidentally added it and forgot. Okay, so once you have this, I just went ahead and moved the spine and stuff, you know, make it not look so stiff. You don't have to worry about the feet, because whenever you add the camera, it'll probably be like that. And you can see it's not too stiff, but it could be better, but I was just in a rush. So then what you want to do is go, I went to, so this would be on object, right here, and you want to go to world. Let me just delete this as well. And then you want to click use nodes on, add, and then search for environment texture, and then add this to that, and then find your HDR that you want. So I have a folder for mine. I'll leave a link where you can actually you can just go to hdrihaven.com. HDRIs, let's just say we want to do an outdoor one. So what I do is I look at the blue ball, and I see if I like that one. I usually look for one that's not too bad, so I'll just do this one, just do the 1K. and then I'm just gonna drag it onto my folder that I have for the HDR, guys. And I'll open that, and it should be right here. You open it up, and what you want to do is click this button. It'll probably be up here for you guys, but I'll have mine down here. And that's if you click that, then it'll look like this. Alright, so then it'll probably be looking like this. Or you click back off of it. So this would be, look what the shading would be like. Okay, and then what you want to do is come to this fourth one where it has these little view layer properties and click denoising on. So then whenever you render, it will be less pixel. You see how like it has all these little dots? That's what it'll get rid of. And then you don't need to do anything with this. For this one, you want to make sure that it's on 1920 by 1080. 100% is what I use. And just find a parent file. And then for this one, you want to go to film and hit transparent. I'll make the background transparent. And then you can put the sampling for the render 250 so that it'll be a better quality. So then let's so now that we got the image and the lighting, let's go ahead and add the camera. So what you want to do is, it'll probably be up here for you guys. Add, just find the thing and go back to object mode instead of pose mode if you weren't already. Add camera. So then it'll probably be all the way down there. I'll just resize it. Keep dragging. Alright. And then I'm just going to move it into a spot that I like. Oop. And then what you want to do is click this little thing right here to see where you would like it at. Well, where at you'd like. Alright. Okay. So with this one, I'm sure I have to bring it pretty close since yeah, I'm just gonna move the scale a little bit so I can get a better picture of what I'm getting. So with that, okay. And then I'm just gonna hit move that back. Oh. Okay, move it up a little bit more. Alright, and then I'm gonna just rotate it a little bit so that I have the face matched up like that, so the face is looking at us. That's the main part that you want to do, like this, so it's looking at us. And you want to make sure that you get like mostly the whole body in it, from like the head to around the knees is basically what you want. Okay, so then once you have that, you can just check it out in this mode. So you see how it's like this. Alright. And then go ahead and hit render image. And this may take a while depending on your processor. But if you want it to be different, actually, you could go to the this right here, the second one, the render properties. Go to cycles. Oh, it'd probably be on Eevee for you, but you want to go to cycles and then GPU compute. So it'll probably use your GPU. And if you want to get like a full image of what you're gonna get, it's gonna be like this. So then once I hit render image, you should be able to start hearing my fans start speeding up, but it's all good. Okay. I'll just wait for it to finish. Okay, and then once it's done rendering, you should be able to see that it doesn't look too bad right there. So what you want to do is image, save as. I'm gonna just save that to my desktop, and I'm gonna name it module US with scar. Oops. With star. So I'll save the image, and then you can just exit out of this one, and then you can save it or not save it. It all depends. So you don't need this anymore. So if you don't have Photoshop and you want Photoshop, I can show you guys how to get it for free. Is how I got it. What you want to do is join my Discord server real quick, and then get like screenshot from like the backgrounds, and then if you like know how to port and stuff, here's the AES key and stuff, and I'll post some model downloads, some resources like the resources that I showed you, like the HDR Haven and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and download this one. Go ahead, save image, background, and I'll save it as new, and then open up your Photoshop. I'm just gonna open this, and then I'm just gonna full screen. Oh, new. Alright. Where's backgrounds? I'm just gonna find that, and then you have your thumbnail right here. Oop. So then what you want to do after this is open, and then obviously go to where you had this. You want to, well, I just did this so I can easily just get it and then copy and paste it over. So what I did was I went like to this tool, and I selected it, and then the move tool, and I clicked on it and moved it, and Control C. Make sure you have a new layer, Control V, and then Control T so that you can resize it, and then press Shift and stuff. Shift so that you can have it even. Because if you don't and you try to drag it, it's just going to give you some stretch res or something. So what I would do is I'll keep it up from here, and then enter to save it. And then what I do is I blur the background a little bit. Go to blur, field to blur, and over here you can put it to how many pixels you want, like this, and I just hit OK. And what you want to do is actually open a color correction pack. I'm gonna just use some ones that they gave me already. You see how it's like that, and then they put that, corrects the color. So I'll use this one right here. So duplicate group, click your new, and then save it under your new. So then, as you can see, and drag it above that, and it should be all of the same kind. Oh. And you can just play around with that, I guess. But what I'm just going to do is check to see how it looks on my second monitor, since it's not LED. That's what I always try to do. Make sure it looks nice, and it looks pretty good. So I use a CC3 from. I'll put the link in the description to download for that. And then we're gonna head back over to Blender to make some 3D text. You can just go ahead and delete the cube, the light, and the camera, and then go to add text tab to edit, and then just type in like highlights. Highlights, yep. And you want to hit this little A down here, which is for font. I mean for the text. And then for the font, you can choose it from here. I have some fonts that I use. This is Fortnite font. I'll use that. So then you want to go to geometry, extrude. I usually do around 0.2. Gives it a little bit of extrusion from that. And I want to click on object mode. Go ahead and rotate that, just so you can see that it's like 3D. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and add a camera and move that back. See how it looks. Oh, too close. Go back a little bit up. Right, almost. So to the right a little bit more. Oh, alright. So then I can go up a little bit and then rotate it in. So it'll be like that. And then I'm just gonna move it over to the little right a little bit, so you can see more of that H right there. So then you want it to. I can move it some more. All right. Okay, so like this, and then important, go to the second one, film, transparent. That's the main thing that you want to do. So you make sure that it's transparent and that you can see over it, and then click on this, and this little ball thing should pop up material properties. Let me go ahead and add that. This is to change the color. So I'll just do red, I guess. I don't have the color on. Oof. So you want to make sure that it's a color that you can see well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it as this. And then I'm just going to go look around for a good place to have the camera. Make sure I can get everything in here, so you can see everything in that. Kind of want to add some spacing, so that. Probably can just add the size. Yeah, you can just probably have to mess with the size and then go from this angle. Or if you really want, you can just rotate this back down, which I don't think would look too nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it up like this, because you can still see it. Move this camera back a little bit. See what I will do. So I can move it over a little bit more. Oh, still more. All I have to do is just look at if it looks good or not to your personal preference. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is okay. And then for the shading, if you guys still needed help for that other one, for the model, go to you can just go up here to shading, change from object to world, tick use nodes on, and then add environment. Or if you don't want to do environment texture, you can do light. But I'm gonna go ahead and just do this and just use the same HDRI that I used for this other one. And I'm just gonna see how it looks, see if it looks nice. Okay, so then I think this looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna make sure that all my render is okay. Alright, they look pretty nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna go hit render image. Should pop up almost immediately. And then you wanna just hit image, save as. I'm just gonna put in my 3D text and hit highlights and V2 because I already have a highlights that I used. So then I'm just done with this. So I'm gonna exit out of that, file open, 3D text. So then this is what we have here. Go ahead and do the same exact thing that we did before. We just grab that. Okay, okay, Control T, Shift, okay. Let's just add a little bit of that to that. Oh, and then I forgot to hit enter. So we want to hit enter, and then let's just add a little bit of backdrop or outer glow. Actually, let's just do inner glow for now. Add some highlights to it. So I'm just gonna change the color to that. Opacity, change that down. Size, you could do any size that you want. Preferably, I'm just gonna keep it at that. That'd look nice. But you probably want to change the color of the text, but it's alright. And then what I'm gonna do, not cover overlay. I'm gonna do inner glow, and then do the same thing basically up here, just to give it a little. Change it all the way down so we can add some more, make it look more realistic, you know. Oh. And then for this one, I will add one more thing, outer glow. So I'm just gonna change that down. Oh, I didn't hit on the outer glow. Let's change this down a lot. Open that up, put that there, and then you can put the size better. Depending on how much the size, depends how well it's going to turn out. So I'm just going to keep turning this opacity, and I'm going to turn up the glow a little bit more. So then next, what I'm going to do is select this again, like this. Go ahead and click on my paintbrush tool, put it to this where the hardness is basically nothing, put a little bit up and choose black so I can add some highlights to the bottom like so, and then leave it like that, give that, and then add some light up here to the top just like this so it has a little bit of boom. And I'll do the same for this, that character, select, tool, use this, keep it where it was, put it back down, tool, this is alright, like this is what I use, and oh, this is for the top. So you want to look for where the sun's at, and then that's where you want to basically put the lighting a little bit. So I can't get in there, so I'm just going to turn down the pixels till I can basically fit, and then put that there. Let's have a little bit of highlights on the gun. Alright, and then what you want to do next is just add the shadows. So that'd be like in the inside, around here. Oh, don't think the pixel's big enough. Oh, there we go. So we can just add some darkness around that. Like so. And that's it for that. And then you can just leave the highlights like this. And yeah, make sure you have a color corrector. If you don't have a color corrector, it's just gonna be looking like this, and that looks, it just looks cartoonish. So you want to make sure that the colors all blend together, so that it looks good. And then for the finishing touch, I'm gonna add a little bit of a glow to the outside. So I'm just gonna go put that up there like this. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of glow to the sides of this. That's probably too big, but it's alright. But yeah, that's basically all. But yeah. So then what I do for mine, I'll just go hit save for web. I go to original, make sure that this is a PNG, not a, make sure it's a PNG 24 instead of the other one. I just put transparency on. But image size, you can just leave it to how it was for the background, so that the thing would be less. And yeah, and then I'll just hit save, choose it for this desktop, and then actually I'll just put finished thumbnails for future use, and then I'll put it as tutorial, and then save. And then here, I'll open it up for you. And then this is their finished product. As you can see, it looks pretty nice and stuff. So yeah, I'll leave this download link if you want that in the description as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you guys want to see how to do a Cinema 4D banner like this, just let me know in the comments and stuff. And make sure to join my Discord for all my stuff. I need some more people in here, so yeah.